Yo, what's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Prison Break Raw. I'm your host, the one and only Big JD. Go ahead, get this channel, subscribe, share, leave some messages and comments, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. You know what to do. So I get a lot of messages on my IG regarding my tattoos. I've also gotten some messages here on YouTube with the same questions. People asking me, do you plan on removing your tattoos? Do you want to remove your tattoos? And I'm going to go ahead and answer that in this video and explain why I say this. But the answer to those questions is no and no. I don't plan on removing them, and no, I don't want to remove them. I'll get into that. But let's get into how this chatter even started. So there's a couple of YouTube channels out there discussing this topic. Joey from Free from Fetters Grove and the Ranting Dropout. Now, Joey's going to take some steps in getting his tattoos removed, and I commend him for doing that. It's a positive step in the right direction, considering the kind of tattoos that he probably has on him. I haven't really seen him, so I don't know, but I would assume that there's something that might be considered to be offensive to some people, and that's probably why Joey wants to remove them. I don't know. I haven't talked to him about it, and I haven't seen the tattoos. But if I was to guess, I would say that that's probably in the area of where they're at. Ranting Dropout, different situation. He obviously dropped out from the gang. He disavowed any association he had with who he used to be, and removing the tattoos for him is probably a step in the right direction that basically says that I'm completely done. There's no reservations involved. I'm serious about this, and he can't use those as like, this is what I am, or have people think that that's what he's doing. So kudos to both men for taking those steps. Let's break down a little bit about what tattoos are, though, the history of them, because I think it's important and it's relevant to the topic of this video. So tattoos have been around for over thousands of years, spanning across many different continents, many different cultures, and they all have the same significance. They're tribal bands that represent where you're from. They're badges of honor, symbols of things that you have done or earned, or a story that is being told about you. And these people back in them days didn't get these tattoos as like a fancy decoration or just to look cool in front of everybody else in the village or in their clan. They meant something. They always had significance. Every tribal band that's on them or something like that means something and tells a story. You got nowadays cats just going up into any tattoo shop and just getting anything blasted on them. Doesn't have any significance, doesn't have any meaning. The whole purpose they're doing it is because it's trendy, because they want to fit in, because they want to look cool. Now they got this tattoo. They can walk around talking about, yeah, man, I would be in prison, but I just never got caught. I love that one right there. You ain't never done nothing. That's why you ain't never been to jail. That's why you ain't never been caught. I miss the bullshit. People get these tattoos and then you hit them up. You're like, hey, what does that mean? They're like, I don't know. I just thought it looked cool. Well, that's not how it works, but whatever. I guess that's the signs of the times, and I'm not gonna knock it or talk shit about it, but to me, it just doesn't make sense. Tattoos mean something. It's a symbol of something. It's a story that you're telling about your life. Pirates, sailors, whoever, bikers, gang members, people in prison, all these tattoos mean something. They have meaning, they have significance. And this is what my tattoos are. A story. They have meaning and significance. This is my birth to my death and my whole life in between. Every step of the process of me descending into the criminal underworld, gangbanging, all the experiences that I had in living in the darkness and doing the dirt and going through the trauma, the trials and tribulations that I went through. These tattoos tell the story of that. For me to remove them, it'd be like me trying to erase an important part of who I am and where I came from. I like to use these tattoos as a piece to look in the mirror and to remind myself where I've been and how far that I've come. To take off the tattoos, it would kind of lose that for me. I wouldn't be able to see this picture any longer. Now, don't think that I'm getting stuck in the negative, because I'm not. It's not about that. It's about never forgetting where I've come from, never forgetting what I've been through or what I have experienced. These tattoos tell a story. Everything that's on me tells a story about what I've been involved in. Everything. everything that I've done, the calendars, how many, this is only one term right here. This is when I started getting the tattoos themselves. I mean, I could put calendars all over my body, basically, as many years as I've wasted away in that prison system. And I don't like to glorify it because I'm not proud of all the shit that I did and all the time that I did. I demonstrate a lot of remorse and a lot of good conduct in my character with moving forward by the work that I do off camera, outside of YouTube. YouTube's a place for me to unwind and express myself and vent and have some fun with it and hopefully entertain some people, maybe even help some people. But the story is still being written. What I thought was my birth to my death and everything that was going to happen that led to that is actually taking another direction for me. But you see, the reason why I would never also, another reason why I would never get any of my tattoos removed is because I don't have any kind of political ideology tattooed on me. I don't have any racial symbols or anything like that that might offend some people. I mean, it's just straight gang tattoos. And also, I'm not a gang dropout. I never had to go S&Y. I never got ran off the yard or anything like that. So why would I remove these tattoos? Like I said, they tell a story, and the story is something that's a good conversation piece to explain to people like where I've been. When they look at me and they see him, people always want to know, well, what's the story? And I'll break down every piece of my tattoo and describe to them in detail what the story is. I mean, it's a dissension from the left hand, since I'm left-handed, and the left-hand path, you know what that is, going up, and it starts to progress and to get gradually worse until it turns into what it turns into, until I see the devil before I enter the lake of fire. And these are the tattoos. My back is blasted too with a Chinese emperor's dragon. That means that I have royal blood. And on my chest, of course, you know, LA, and you got this right here. These are things that I had experienced, or things that I had earned, or things that I had done, things that were a part of my life for a very long time. I can never forget where I came from or what I've experienced. I mean, I've been through the ringer. I've been shot. I've been stabbed. I've had people try to set me up to kill me. I've been almost beat to death. And in these tattoos describes all that in detail. It helps me as a good, healthy reminder that it is very easy to get stuck back into that web. It's very easy to get locked back into that lifestyle if I choose to make one mistake, or if I choose to go this direction as opposed to that. When I look at the tattoos, I remember everything in cold detail of what I had experienced up to this point and who I am today. Now I go into rehabs. I speak to high school kids. I do all these things. And when they ask me about the tattoos, I tell them this is a story of my struggle right here. This is the journey that I had accomplished, that I had overcome, the destructive journey, because there was no benefit to this. I was only reaping negative consequences to everything that I did. And that's just it for me. That's the reason why I won't remove my tattoos. But it's like, if you have tattoos and they have some kind of racial significance, or they'll be considered to be something that is along the lines of hate, a political ideology, and you're trying to move forward in your life, it would probably be best for you to get those kind of tattoos removed, because you may be living in a community with all kinds of different people, religions, nationalities, ethnicities, sexual orientations. You might be missing out on a lot of opportunities to grow and to gain some really good friendships that could be beneficial to you in your future. So to remove those tattoos would make sense. And like I said, I'm only speaking for myself. This is what I believe about my tattoos. I don't see any reason to remove them, because to me, it's just like, why would I do that? But for other people, they have a lot of different reasons. And I commend you for taking those steps. But as for me, I'm gonna continue to keep them locked in on my skin. They're gonna continue to be a constant reminder of how far I've come, where I'm going, and how easy it is to get stuck back into that vortex of destruction and criminal behavior. But for you out there that's thinking about getting a tattoo, don't do it just to fit in and be cool just because everybody else is doing it. Do it because it has some kind of significance to you, some kind of meaning. Make sure that you can sit there as a conversation piece at any party, any gathering, anything, and be able to just strip off your shirt with the quickness and just break down every single tattoo, every plume of smoke, every inch of body rot, the devil, the wings, everything. Because I really don't even know how this is even going to play out. And in the end, this is how I explain it. People ask me, well, are you still going to go into that lake of fire that's right there? And I say, I don't know. I'll only be able to answer that question when I die. Will I see the devil, or will I get angel wings put on my back? It's really anyone's guess, and we can only speculate about that. But my story is still being written. But the reminder that the tattoos give me every single day tells me that the struggle is real, that it's going to continue. And it also shows me that my mistakes have cost me benefits and opportunities. Jobs that I may have been able to get, now I can't get. I look at the tattoos and it's like, yeah, your lifestyle got you there. Opportunities or places to live. I could look at myself and say, you see, this old skin of yours is what got you in this situation. So hopefully this will deter some of you in getting like tattoos and everything like that. Namely because if you feel that you want to remove them at some point in time in your life, then the pain of getting them wasn't even worth it. But think about this for a minute. If you get a tattoo, make sure that it means something. And if you get a tattoo, research it. Because you might be putting something on your body that might offend somebody. I once had this cat ask me at my old job, hey, if I get a spider web put on me, is that going to offend some people? Well, to some people and in some circles, a web means something. So yeah, if you were in that area and you got that spider web on your arm, you might set off some conflict, some unwanted attention that you don't want. So just think about that. Think about the tattoos that you're getting and what they mean. Make sure that they mean something. But then again, I would strongly recommend that you don't start marking up your body with tattoos because you may regret it later. I mean, me, I don't regret mine, but other people obviously do. So hopefully this helps you out a little bit. This basically explains to you my stand on my tattoos and where I'm coming from. And that's basically it in a nutshell on Prison Break Raw. Prison Break Raw, uncut, uncensored, no holds barred, non-sugarcoat, non-politically correct, slapping you with a, you know what, a reality. And I'm out.